Pisces, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. I'm here to do your October 2025 tarot reading. Um, so this is transition time. We're in the 10 and the 1 October. And so it's time to leave something behind and open up something brand new, okay? And sometimes we don't feel ready for it. Sometimes we're not sure if it's the right thing to do. Sometimes it involves leaving something behind that feels normal, so it's hard to transition. So, in the Sacred Rebels Oracle cards, you have dream a beautiful dream and follow your own rhythm. So it's like I just said, something feels too big, it feels too fantastic or uh, beyond your capabilities. But I'm telling you that this is something you're completely capable of doing. However, you need to do it how you do it, with your flair, with your gift, the way you move, what your rhythm is. It says, follow your own rhythm. So this is your own style, it like we move within rules and within confines of the way it tells us to do, but you have another idea, and maybe that's why it feels impossible or too big, too fantastic, because it's not really in line with the way it's set out. But that's where real creation comes from, when we take a chance and we do something that is our way of doing it. And so this is a time where you need to believe in what you're doing, how you're doing it is right. And you at least need to try it for yourself. In the Transparent Tarot, which is the deck I'm using this month, you have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is some sort of reward. It's definitely a victory. It could be a promotion. You're leveling up. You're taking a step up in probably your career. And it might feel too big for you. It might feel like a lot of responsibility you're not ready for, but you definitely are. There is stability underneath you. There's four wands down here, and that's stability, feeling rooted, a new foundation. And you're able to take these two extra wands and develop something, take it to a new level. All right. And people believe in you, so you need to believe in you. And then in the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is, you've been holding something back. You haven't been sharing it. And I feel like this is something you need to share, because sixes are about sharing. They're usually about partnership, building, going up together, or being part of a team, growing together. And so this is, someone could be holding back, or you have been holding back because you're not sure. You, for one thing, that you want to share this, which you need to do, or you could be saving it for something special or a special time, waiting to reveal something here. But it's about to happen. I'm going to tell you. All right. In the recent past, which could be now or, this year, you have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, you could have just learned something, taking a class, developing a new skill. Like I said, this is something new. Pages are about something new and developing it, not feeling the complete confidence with something, but actually, and that's when the creativity is the best, when it's new and and not all of your ideas about it and plans will work, but some of them will stick. And you need to go through that developmental process to discover those ones that will stick as well as the ones that won't, and that's part of the maturity, is deciding which ones to take along with you and which ones to leave behind. You then have is that the 7? Yes, that's the 7. So the 7 is opposition. Okay. There is, this is a fight or flight card. And so, are we going to pursue this? Are we going to stand up and fight for what we believe, what we worked for, the time and energy? But you're getting opposition of somehow. And Pisces, sometimes you like a good fight. You could be a lawyer easily because you're good at debating things. And so this might be opposition to bringing your idea or ideas into fruition. You also could be working with young people in some capacity, helping them heal, beginning of healing, and you may get opposition there. And, sometimes we just have to stand our ground and believe in what we're doing. Oh, and then you have the Hanged One. Here's the Hanged One, and it's kind of in between this one and this one. So the situation or this person needs to give up an old belief, an old way of thinking, of method, of doing something. If you think about, like, in decades, how far we've come and where we've come from. Sure, we loved the 60s or we loved the 80s, but we can't go back there. We need to move forward and evolve and take some of that with us, but we can't stay there. We always must be moving. And in this situation, there's some sort of development going on in the cocoon, right? There's development going, whether you see it as a cocoon or a hive, there's something developing here, growing. And um, it it's a bit of a mystery. You know what I mean? There's a bit of a mystery in this situation. And there's something that needs to still develop here. You cannot fight or push or force this idea, this project ahead. It needs to develop in its own time. So the butterfly will come out when it's ready, when it's fully developed, and not until then. Sometimes we need to wait and not act and not do and not say anything for now, because pushing and micromanaging isn't doing any good. It's just giving us opposition, and you don't want that. So you may just gestate for a bit while you're developing something. And I feel like it's some sort of emotional development too at the same time for you. You've changed, you've matured, and you may have had to fight for yourself or stand up for yourself in a situation, and it's causing a lot of growth. You're changing the way you think about something. You don't think that way anymore. And so you're learning to preserve your energy until you're ready. So in the present, which probably is mid-October or any time in October, there's something to celebrate here. This could be with friends, with family, with coworkers. It could be something that happened to you. Um, and I feel like it's the possibility of either a new job or creative idea. Because look at that Ace of Wands goes right to the center of that celebration. This is what the celebration is, this new thing that you're doing. So you're either have a new career, you have a new job opportunity, that this really ignites your passion, and your creativity, and you really want to. You may also have to take a chance. in this too. Like there's a bit of a risk, and but it's, like a leap forward. And I think that you're definitely going to do this. And I think you get support for it too. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is um, where we want fair treatment, like we want equal give and take. So everybody has a piece to add. Treating others with respect so we get respect back. You also could be contributing, but yet also receiving. That's that give and take. So you're getting what you give, kind of thing, in this situation. Okay, but it's an equal amount. There's a lot of balance going on here in the situation. I feel like it involves more than yourself, but whatever you put in, you will get out. And this is kind of the way you're thinking about it now. In the future, near the end of October, you have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is kind of a pause, all right? The Four of Swords is where we're looking at the path before us. We can see where we're going, but we feel a bit vulnerable. We could be a bit defensive. Usually, in some other cards, this guy is wearing armor. He's resting, he's paused, he's thinking about what he is going to do, but he feels vulnerable. So he wears armor even while he sleeps. Okay. So you're needing to relook at the plan in order to discern what direction you want to go. Okay. Reevaluating. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is two aces. These aces are right in line down the center of the reading. Okay, they're down the center, they're down the core, these aces. And this is that something that's worth your energy, that has a ton of potential. It also involves healing, treating your body right, and gaining balance, having balance. Like, just look at this, and talking about the plan. To me, this very much looks like a a planning table where we're seeing in all the directions where we need to put effort and contribution. Like, we need to look like how it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, with who it's going to happen, you know what are the resources we can use, and the development, okay, of the idea. But feeling a bit vulnerable, because when we go about doing something new, we're thinking, are people going to like this? Are are they going to accept it? There's doubt, there's hesitation, and so that's that vulnerability there. And then you have the Four of, so this ace is backed by two fours, okay? And fours are about hesitation, doubt. Is that a four? One, two, yeah, four of cups. So there's something about the project that you're, see, you have this vision, okay, of how it's supposed to be, how you want it to be, what it looks like, where, with who, and all that. But it's not turning out exactly, the who isn't showing up, the place isn't right, or where you wanted. And so you're needing to make adjustments or accept some things, and also being able to get some things and give up some things. So you really had this golden vision, right? This huge pentacle, but it's not exactly, there's a bit of disappointment because it's not exactly what you're asking for, what you're hoping for. But successes and plans and development is there's challenges. It comes with challenges, and it just doesn't climb zoom to the top. We have to make a stop here and change something, fix something. We take a few steps, have to make a stop there. We have to change something, fix something, maybe change ourselves, And so I feel like this is a growing process for one thing. And also, the one of the shifts I think that you need to make as far as this hanged one goes is because we get this single tunnel vision on what it is, how it can be. And we need to broaden that, be at the part of the funnel that opens up and be objective and see multiple solutions, multiple probabilities, multiple potential of how we could develop it, how it could work, and come out of that tunnel vision type of thing where we can change or move with the times kind of thing. Move with the times. It's still how you see it, how your own rhythm, how you want to create it, but it may not happen immediately. You're only at the four, you have the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 still to go to reach the goal, the success of the vision. So the fours and even the fives can sometimes be challenges or things that we have to work through. And then again in the seven, possibly, where when I think of Jason and the Argonauts and they go on the quest for the Golden Fleece, there's lots of challenges on this way. And they're not defeated, they're just challenged to use their mind and their heart on how they can get around this obstacle, perhaps this challenge, and then they can go further on to the next step. You look at the Lord of the Rings and all adventure quests, and I feel like this is an adventure quest for you, with this big transformation that's going on, because it's going on within you and it's also going on outside. It's affecting your world, not just you, it's affecting your world. And I think it's something you really want and you really want to move forward to, and you're happy about it. But there are challenges, and do expect them. Then they won't be that disappointing, because you'll think, okay, well, I just need to find a different way. You're like, oh, okay. They said, no, I can't do that. So then you have to rethink it, re-look at it, rework the formula, okay? And it will come. So in the cartomancy, what jumped out for you is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts is probably you, Pisces. Queen of Hearts is usually very good looking. They're attractive to others. There's someone could be attracted to you. You're seen as the Queen of Hearts. This is someone who's kind, helpful, sharing, loving, and very much creative. Like you could be a healer in some way or a helper in some way, a mother nurturing figure, big sister, something like that. So let's see what else we have here for you. I'm going to put these all together. Put them all together. And move these over here a little bit. That goes up there. That goes there. Like I said, I already shuffled them, but I don't deal them out because my arm ends up hitting them when I'm reading these ones. So I wait until this point to lay them out. There we go. So, Pisces. Wow, super nice. You start with the Nine of Hearts. So this is the wish card, emotional fulfillment. Everything's going your way. However, there's something that must end. That when your wish is coming true, you're walking through a threshold. That's what the 10 is. And so you're leaving something behind and moving towards something new. And doing this is you're going to gain financially. You could have money coming to you. You could have an inheritance, in fact. You could, I don't think so, because there's a lot of happiness around this. So you're happy about this change. I think you enjoy change, Pisces, but this is, I feel like it's more money. But it could be bittersweet because it's hard to leave this behind, which is something you love. You love this, but you're moving on to something more challenging, something, it's more money for sure. Um, but you're sentimental about leaving this other thing behind. Okay, something ending. Ten of spades, jack of spades, and the four of clubs. So there seems to be an obstacle, and this is perhaps with a young person. This person could have dark features, but they could be getting in trouble, causing trouble, and they're also coming upon an obstacle. Okay. This could be a mental health issue, depression, or um, I think they're causing their own problems. They're the root of the problem in some way, and they may have doubt, fear, um not shame. I feel like it's more doubt about themselves, about their ability. Maybe they're having a hard time living up to the expectations of them. This is also this is also the people you could be helping. Okay, I'm hoping the dogs are going to stop barking. Somebody must be here. Above you, you have the three of diamonds, the four of spades, and the nine of diamonds. So the three of diamonds, it's funny, you got two wish cards. The three of diamonds is the beginning of the wish coming true. Things are starting to happen, starting to line up. But the four of spades, I think, is some sort of disappointment. It's not exactly, like I said, this card back here, it's not exactly how you wanted it, how you saw it. Um, your kind of excitement overtakes you, and so when there is disappointment, it's difficult, it's a bit of a blow kind of thing. But I think that you rise back up. You're not down for long, because you're very ambitious and determined to make this work. But don't let the don't let the hurdles slow you down, okay, because there will be hurdles. In your work pile, but it doesn't always have to be about work. You have the two of spades, the jack of hearts, and the 10 of diamonds. So it looks like there's some sort of separation here, or there has been a separation. This could be with someone you love, you care about, probably someone you were very close to, your lover, your friend, a family member. So there's some sort of separation. It could be a young person, or like I said, your partner. Um, but I feel like there is something better happening. Um, One thing, they could be traveling. I'm feeling a travel kind of feeling here, and I think this person has a good heart, but there's you don't see eye to eye in some things, or a certain thing here. Again, there could be inheritance, something that brings them or you success, or some sort of social, or stability, like financial stability here, financial success. Okay, could be a long-term contract too, possibility. This is after separation from something, which it said you need to do. You need to, there's something that you need to possibly leave behind, or accept that it's going to be different than what you thought. How others are seeing you or influencing you. You could be single at this point, separated, widowed, or divorced. You could be going to a meeting, perhaps an interview, a negotiation, some sort of a negotiation that is going to make you cry. This meeting, there are going to be tears. It looks a little serious to me. This could be about the separation back here. Um, you could get a settlement out of this separation, but you're sad about it. It's not a happy thing. But I feel like there's some sort of a business meeting here to establish or work this out, negotiate it, and it's it's hard for you. It's emotional. In the foundation, we have the Ace of Clubs, the Three of Hearts, and the Two of Hearts. So the Ace of Clubs, this is your home or your a new job offer, a new beginning, a new job to create in some way. Okay. This is a lot of focus on the heart, focusing on yourself, like really getting yourself back, kind of thing. And again, and you could be starting to date if you are single. You could be starting to date again. I don't think this is at all giving up who you are. You're very much who you are, uh, and true to yourself, and you want someone who is more focused on you than on themselves. I think you're very focused on another person, but you want that back. So you want to see eye to eye, have the same picture kind of thing. I also think this could be friendships, gaining friendships. And this could be around the new job. This also could be new home. So you may be thinking about moving here. You have had a couple of tens, two tens, as a matter of fact. And um, yeah, you could be thinking about separating from where you currently live to a new place. And this gives you a lot of pleasure, right? It could have something to do, you could invest with a family member, move in with a family member, something like that. I feel like there's some sort of partnership thing going on here, but it's with someone you're close to. Now the surprise is the 6 of diamonds, the 8 of clubs, and the 8 of hearts. Wow. So this 6 of diamonds is collaborating together financially. Okay, you share a vision. This is taking steps in your security. Okay, and the 8 of clubs is job talk. This is work talk and negotiating a contract, perhaps of your value, your experience, your knowledge. And the 8 of hearts is like, this is a lot of loving support. You could be giving this in this exchange, a lot of loving support, a lot of guidance. I feel like there's a lot of talking, a lot of conversation going on here. You could be a motivational speaker, even, but I think you're going to be very happy about these conversations you're having about advancing financially, advancing in your ambitions. You're getting more security. I also feel like you're part of a team or working together with others, because it kind of says a company or an institution to me in some way. Institutions usually is like a hospital, it's got one set of rules and everybody has to live by these rules. It's a focus on a certain thing, like healthcare, education, you know um I'm getting a cramp in my finger, Charlie horse in my little finger, in my index finger here. Some of you might know what that might mean. But a lot of conversations about growth, okay? And this kind of goes along with what you were wanting. These are very positive conversations. And I think this is a big surprise to you. You're not expecting it because you've come upon some obstacles. you've come upon some opposition here in trying to create your new dream, your new life, your new home. And because this is new for you, you have to do it differently than the way you were doing it. So this has taken some time for you to get your grounding kind of thing and not take it personally either. Um, so it's going to turn out really, really nicely. I feel like you're really positive, constructive communicator, and that's going to get you a long way here. Okay, you have good ideas. People support you. They're speaking well of you. You just need to believe that your rhythm is is right for others too. People like your rhythm. So anyway, I hope this works out for you. It looks like it's going to me. I'd love if you let me know. And this is a big transformation happening this month. And there's something about it that how it works out for you is the surprise. Okay. So let me know. You'll probably can't let me know for a couple of weeks because you don't even see it coming. All right, then. Bye now. Take care.